Last night, Newsmax hosted a debate for the Republican primary in Pennsylvania at City Grove College outside of Pittsburgh. Needless to say, it was a barn burner. Moderated by Greta Van Susteren, and the Senate candidates wasted little time in making their cases, and fireworks exploded almost instantly. Check this out.
The ads that have been run against Mehmet are wonderfully in Mehmet's own words. So if you call that a negative ad, I don't think so. I think that's a presentation of a set of positions that are completely incongruent with Republican voters. Listen, he's a Hollywood liberal that has held a set of positions that he has flip-flopped on every single one, and now he's presenting himself as America first.
Thank you, Mr. McCormick.
And standing on President Trump's shoulders.
Yikes. Okay, well, Dr. Oz took that personally and returned fire with these comments to David McCormick.
President Trump endorsed me because he knew that these ads were as vicious towards me and untrue as they were against him, because they're delivered by insiders who are scared of what we represent, which is telling the truth and pushing back hard. I will do that for the very reason President Trump endorsed me. And just so you all know, before I even knew I was in the race, because I hadn't entered yet, I was being attacked by David McCormick.
All right. Well, the debate was an hour long, and it took less than 2 minutes before the Trump-endorsed candidate, Dr. Oz, was attacked from all sides. Will Trump's endorsement help Dr. Oz over the finish line in this all-important Senate seat, like it did with J.D. Vance in Ohio? J.D. Vance shocking the political world this week by winning. Joining me to discuss now, the co-chairman of the Western Conservative Summit, Jeff Hunt, looking the part, of course. Jeff Hunt, ladies and gentlemen, a man who has been on the right side of history and is absolutely seeing his brand of conservatism come roaring back into power as the salty, swampy rhinos in the party run away back into their fields. Jeff, what are we seeing now across the nation electorally? Some huge news stories this week.
Well, Benny, great to be with you, and congratulations to you and Nurse Kate on the arrival of Juliet. That's a wonderful, wonderful addition to this country. So congratulations, brother.
Got to repopulate. Got to repopulate the country. What are we doing?
I wanted to point out that, I used to work for Rick Santorum, so I know Pennsylvania very well, and the debate was interesting because in Pennsylvania, you kind of have Los Angeles, and you have New York, and then you have Alabama in between. And what's key about the endorsement of Dr. Oz by President Trump is that it's got to be backed by a fighting spirit. So here in Colorado, President Trump endorsed Scott Tipton over Lauren Boebert. If you remember that, he did not actually endorse Lauren Boebert to begin with. He endorsed Scott Tipton. Now, Lauren Boebert beat Scott Tipton, and of course, President Trump and Lauren Boebert have been very close. But the key thing for Dr. Oz and what you saw with J.D. Vance in Ohio is that the endorsement has to be matched by a fighting spirit, because what ultimately conservatives are interested in the state of either Pennsylvania or Ohio or even here in Colorado or across the country is they want to see someone that's going to fight the radical left. No more of these kind of Bush Republicans, no more of these Romney Republicans. They want strong fighters that are going to push back on the radical left, especially in Washington, D.C., and that is what they're interested in a candidate. So can Dr. Oz match his endorsement from President Trump with a fighting spirit? That's the million-dollar question. J.D. Vance did. That's why he was successful in Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it in your introduction, but you're on the right side of history now. You're a family man, you have 400,000 children, you live out in the middle of the range, and you're like where conservatives want to be, and your brand of social conservatism and moral conservatism is really coming roaring back in a national America First way. So your thoughts on Pennsylvania, can Dr. Oz sort of capture that power that got Glenn Youngkin over the line in Virginia? What do you think's going to happen?
So you've got to have social conservatism. Conservatism broadly is three particular issues, right? Strong national defense and strong borders, a strong social conservatism and limited government, free markets, reduce government regulations on businesses. That's been Reagan's three-legged stool. Now, what we saw under the Bush Republicanism and Romney Republicanism was they got weak on all that stuff. And what Trump demonstrated during his presidency is that you can actually push back against the radical left and advance a conservative agenda. You can make America more conservative. And that's why the America First, ultra MAGA Republicanism, conservatism is so appealing, especially to the conservative base. So if the key thing for Dr. Oz is he's got to match the Trump endorsement with a fighting spirit. It's not just about the Trump endorsement. It's about fighters. That's what the conservative movement's ultimately interested in. If he does that, Pennsylvania is going to look good. That's why President Trump won in 2016 in Pennsylvania, because he had that fighting spirit. That's what particularly blue-collar conservatives are looking for. Like I mentioned, that's who I worked for, Rick Santorum, back when he was a U.S. Senator. That's what Pennsylvanians are looking for.
Dr. Oz, if you're watching, listen to Jeff. Smart man, knows the state of Pennsylvania. Jeff, we have 15 seconds. The Western Conservative Summit coming up. Where can people watch? How can they be a part of the summit?
Well, the big announcement, Benny Johnson will be speaking at the Western Conservative Summit. Go to westernconservativesummit.com. Get a chance to hang out with Benny in person. That's going to be the best part of it.
Can I get a hat? Can I get one of those hats?
Absolutely, brother. It's coming your way. And again, congratulations to you and Nurse Kate and with the birth of Juliet.
More Americans. That's what we want. More Americans.
Right.
We're making more Americans. We're making happy little patriots. Thank you, Jeff, for joining us.
Thank you, brother. God bless you all, and God bless all the viewers of Newsmax.